Hey, thank you for coming by Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 6th of January 2014. And we're rolling along. This is a fantastic year. There are some very, very hot things that are happening that have been building up to, and now they're coming into being. One of them is the suit Mosey Rathbun is suing the church for. Another one is Laura DiCrescenzo suing them for enforced abortion. Mosey's was for harassment, which there's tons of facts on that. And the third one is Luis Garcia. And I think there's some other things percolating too. But two of them are asking to have David Miscavige be deposed. David Miscavige doesn't want to be deposed. Now, why wouldn't he want to be deposed? Well, let's look at it. First of all, in the old days, Miscavige could lie through his teeth. It didn't matter. There was nobody that would stand up and say he's lying. But now, there's tons of us that are out here that know time, place, form, and event. People that actually worked with David Miscavige who know he was here at this time. He wasn't over here. Do you see what I mean? So somebody can say, were you here? He can't say, I don't know, or no, I wasn't. Because these other people go, yeah, he was definitely here at that time. So Miscavige, I've told you for years, tick-tock, time is on our side. And it started when there was like 4 or 5 people speaking out, me being one of them, and you and your little buddies attacking the shit out of me, which you've done since 2000. And I'm saying this again for any new people that are out. I and many active critics have been slimed to death. And starting with Jerry Armstrong, who posted the original facts about Hubbard, right? And they have slimed him to death forever, right? Arnie Lerma, another person, broke into his house, stole his computers, everything else. They've spent years trying to slime Arnie Lerma. I mean, there's tons of, think of anybody that's really active, that's really has a strong voice, speaks out, somebody's there attacking them one way or the other. So I'm going to mention, just because it's 2014 and I know there's a ton of new people out. And first of all, I want to congratulate you on getting out. Meet Mr. Anonymous, because you guys haven't. This is Mr. Anonymous. He's from Norway. He's like one of my buddies. You can see I have a bunch of buddies here. I always have, all my life, I've always had little guys on my bed. And they're my little friends. But Mr. Anonymous is definitely a famous guy around the world. A lot of people know him and like him and love him. He's very cool. So right now he's been on mission, and he's still on mission. He might show up at your house. You never know. So in the meantime, I'm going to tell you the 3 main goals of OSIS so that you, especially if you're newly on the net, but even if you're not, just as a reminder for 2014, because they need us fighting with each other, okay? They being David Miscavige and any of his little buddies in the phony church of Scientology. They need that distraction, right? That's number 1. Distract off of David Miscavige, distract off of L. Ron Hubbard and any nutball things that he has said or done. Distract off of the phony church of Scientology, which is really a business, a flat-out business where you have to pay every single level all the way. It's not a donation. They call it a donation, but it's not. And you know it's Scientology. You cannot get on a service without paying that money. Now, the money comes first, then the service, every time. In a real religion, you get the service and you can donate. That's the difference. Total difference. So it's a business. So you've got that, there you go. And so their thing is distract off of it, off of anything having to do with David Miscavige, L. Ron Hubbard, the phony church, or a lot of their front groups. They have a bunch of front groups too, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is degrade any active critics, which would be anybody exposing these abuses, right? And that also includes divide and conquer, keeping us all fighting with each other, right? And it's gone on for years, and it will probably go on for years. But my point is, if you can, try to stick to the facts, because this is an intense time. Miscavige definitely needs us fighting. And you know what, Davey boy? You can get shit going, but as I've said forever, you can run, but you cannot hide. And tick-tock time is on our side. So it doesn't really matter what you do, because you've already proven it. History repeats itself. You've heard that expression. And it does. And they've done stuff. Back when I was in the 90s, I said to the Office of Special Affairs, you are creating your own enemies, because they wanted me to go to Mark Bunker's house with this picket sign saying some awful stuff about him. And I said, that isn't true. You have no facts about that. And they said, well, it doesn't matter. Just go to his house. I said, no, I'm not going to his house. No. Dan Mernan did. And Bunker kept his picket sign up there for years. It may still even be there on xenutv.com. It's a really good site. There's a ton of great websites out on the internet. I made a link over on exscientology.net, exscn.net. And I made a link. The internet is Scientology's Vietnam. And I started listing and showing some of the different great things. Websites, Tony Ortega, see it every day. It's fantastic. The original anonymous picket of 9,007 or 9,000 people in 2008, fantastic. There's just a lot of really great websites out and videos and things like that. Nightline, that's great. Jesse Prince, there's a whole thing, his whole life story is there. There's just lots of factual information that's out there for you guys to enjoy. So all I'm asking is if you can, try to stay away from the he said, she said, blah, blah, blah. For, when it gets extended, when it goes on and on and on, that's when you can kind of go, this has got to be a program. They started with me in 2000. I said to Bill Yardy, he said, we're going to fix your OT7. I said, you know what? Get the fuck off our lawn. That's it. It's over. And that night, they started, Tory's a liar. Don't trust her. Right? And that's been running for 14 years. And it's funny to me almost. It's like, come on. If you hear that, if you hear, oh, she's really paranoid. Oh, let's see, what is it? Tory's a liar. Tory's really paranoid. She can't remember anything. These are all programs they've been running since 2000, okay? So if you're buying into them, if you hear people saying and realize they're just passing on OSA's programs. It doesn't mean they work for OSA, but OSA, Yachty taught me this. We don't need them to work for us. We can run programs through them. And they know how to do that. They just started, Harvard called it third party. You can call it whatever you want. It's two people who are friends, and then somebody gets between them and starts saying a little bit about this and a little bit about that, and pretty soon they're no longer friends, or they're fighting, right? And that's their product. Bingo. But you know what? No matter what product you get, you've proven it over and over. Yachty and OSA, Miscavige, you're screwed. That's all there is to it. You're going to court. You're going to court. And that's going to happen. Okay? And we're all here. And there's people around the world that are here that are going to make sure that truth does reign. And that people do get free. And people are getting free every single day. So if you're in the stupid cult of Scientology, do not, number one, do not give them another dime. Number two, walk out the goddamn door. Hubbard had a thing. The way out is the way through. But what did he do? The way out is the nearest door, right? So you see a door, take it. It's nothing more than walking across the street. It feels like you're jumping off a cliff 1,000 feet high. But the truth is, it's nothing more than you're on one side of the street, you walk across, you're on the other side of the street, and you are free. You're free of all the bullshit that they run. Why do they have to keep hyping things? If they're so fantastic, why can't you just talk to whoever you want to? Why can't you read whatever book you want to? Oh, no, don't read that. Don't listen to Tory. Oh, Tory's really this. She's that. He's this. Marty's horrible. Oh, that person's that. Oh, Mike Reeder. Oh, God, no, don't listen to him. Why? Why do they have all that stuff? I'll tell you why. Because if you knew the facts, if you knew the truth, you would be out the door. Period. And that's why we, critics, can say, come on over. I'm happy to talk to anyone. If the Office of Special Affairs wants to come to my door, I'm happy to talk to him. That's the proof that I didn't leave my husband. Because I'm willing to talk to him any day. My door's open. I don't know where he works. I don't know where he lives. He won't talk to me. So I left a cult. He left me. Period. And he's still in, remarried, and not very happy, I don't think. So my suggestion to any of you, all of you who are trapped inside, is A, look, read, listen, wake up. Come on out. We're having a good time out here. And Davy boy, this is going to be a great year for us and not a great year for you. All right, so there you go. That's my 2014 pitch for the beginning of the year. I love you guys. Thank you to every single person who has spoken out, even a little bit, bigger, tons. It doesn't matter. It all counts. All of it matters. It's not like one thing matters, but this doesn't. It all matters. And I want to thank you over and over for helping. And I love you. So there you go, from me and Mr. Anonymous. Remember, he could be traveling your way. All right, see you later, guys. It is 2014, January 6th. Peace out.